guys something, you know, and be, you know, talk and make a difference. And we put you guys some position we do in our fights, we do as we are training. We try to bring you guys some new stuff we learned there in Brazil, because the jiu-jitsu there is growing all the time, and all sorts of black belt and jiu-jitsu and the Muay Thai also, so we keep you guys only good stuff to keep doing these fights. And so good to be in touch with you guys. If you guys have any questions about the techniques, any questions about the diet, about the you know, how long we're training, to find the period of training, you know. If you guys want to have any question about training for this couple fights specifically, you know, and we are here to answer. We are here to be in touch with you guys. If you guys have any questions, just let us know. And it was a good time.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, in this second part of training, you're going to be doing stand-up in the beginning, and the second half of the training is going to be with the gi. So whoever has a gi, please make sure to bring it, because there'll be gi training tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And whoever doesn't have a gi, it's not a problem. Just come without a gi. We'll do no gi stuff too. But if you have a gi, bring it, because we'll go over some gi stuff also.
What's next for Rodrigo? What's everybody next?
I don't know yet. I was just walking, you know, but he probably knows better than me. He's my manager.
We don't know yet. We're hoping that that's the fight that we're really looking to have. But if not, they haven't even, you know, I heard that if Czech Congo would have beat Heath Herring, he probably would have been facing Czech Congo. But as of right now, there's really no one for sure that they're up in there.
You got 3 fights left in the contract?
4. Yes, four fights. Yeah. Ooh. And I hope that I give it like 1 year, 1.5 years.
Yeah, within a year. 4 fights. Yeah. Year and a half.
What's your experience been with UFC compared to Flyers? What do you like that?
The rules, you know, the cage is a little bit different. We got adapted for the elbows. So I got a very good code on that, you know. I mean, on the way he hit me, how to avoid the elbows is good too, you know. And to grab put the fighter and my opponent on the cage, it's a little bit different. The way I got caught the ring, the octagon got no corner, so it's harder to put them down. Okay, because the UFC fighters, they got a lot of experience to use the cage to this thing, to go back to the But we kind of adaptate.
Which one do you like better?
Huh? More UFC, I guess. Yeah, the fight goes more. You know, the ring you have to stop sometimes to put in the mirror again, you know. We have like 2 Japanese people here. The thing goes, that stuff, so you gotta use a left pocket.
Now that you guys are fighting in UFC all the time, how much gi work do you actually do? How many, do you do much with a gi or no gi? Not much.
Whenever possible, he trains with the gi. Whenever possible.
You still like training with the gi, or you like the training with the gi, or?
He loves training with the gi.
I'm not mind it.
Here we go. Yeah. Next fight.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we're under contract. You know, we're employed by the UFC, and we never do anything without their blessing, and we legally can't do anything without their blessing. But we want to represent the UFC. Roy's management called me last week, and they are very interested, and other promoters have contacted people. But once again, I mean, right now it's still
It's just straight up like, you just tap that shit, he's out.
I don't know, I think anybody that steps in the octagon and has an opportunity to fight him. I mean, there's no crummy fighters in the UFC. There's a million. Ask anybody in the UFC who wants to fight him, and I guarantee everybody wants to. Everyone wants an opportunity for the belt. He's got the belt. When you have the belt, everybody wants to get in there and fight. So
Anderson Silva just ready. He just wants to get
Everybody's again.
Whoever he wants to fight the best. And whoever the UFC knows is the best at that moment, that's who we're going to face. None of our fighters have ever chosen opponents. Well, whoever they put in front of them, we fight. We've never chosen opponents. They've never offered us an opponent, and we said no. None of our fighters have done that. Unlike, there's other fighters out there who choose their opponents, but we never do.
Yeah.
Does Anderson feel like he wants to avenge his disqualification loss to Okami?
He hates that guy.
Pô, o Kami é uma longa história, cara. Fica porque você pode ter o poder. He said, you know, Okami is a long story, but you can relax because soon enough I'll be beating him up too.
Yeah.
That's lots of insane about that. He's mentioned he'd like to fight Frank Mir.
Yeah, I mean, they asked me who I want to fight, you know. One of the first guys I decided was going to be, because it could be very interesting fight, you know, the best heavyweight submission guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and we can fight standard too, so
yeah.
we're going to be a nice man, you know. I hope to fight this guy.
Brock Lesnar's even easier.
I mean, that's the first guy I asked to fight, and that's good for
For him?
Well, I mean, they're battling it out of Couture. I personally don't think Couture's going to get out of his deal, so it's either going to be Couture fights Nogueira or he doesn't fight anymore. So there's that talk about Fedor getting out of his contract now? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk.
Would you want to rematch Fedor in the UFC?
Sure. We got 4 rounds. I think I got a better endurance, you know. The guy got a good strength, he's fast. You know, you see all my fights in my last fight. The last round I push him more, you know. And we have 3 fights in the fight, and now UFC got 5 rounds, you know. So I have a good chance, you know. I want to fight him again, and I'm there, you know. I'm there. If he's coming, that's a good chance for me to fight him again.
Typically, the first 2 rounds in the UFC, he starts to get warmed up. Yeah, I know that. That's how he starts off a little slow, but he ends strong.
Yeah.
Like a diesel, you know.
Like a diesel, exactly.
Slow, but we're growing up. And I think that's important, you know. That when they ask me about that, also with Anderson's fight against Henderson, I told them, you know, that guy Anderson, he is keeping going. He always growing. That's the thinking. To me, it's a smart thing, you know. We gotta grow in the fight. It doesn't make sense you start very, you know, in the high and go down in the end, you know.
The endurance.
That's important.
They train a lot of their endurance, a lot of cardio. I mean, I've seen Anderson and Nogueira when they're training. I mean, they'll do 10, 12, 5-minute rounds, switching partners all the time. So, I mean, with their endurance, it's definitely. He said, yeah, they do train with him once in a while, and he says he thinks he'll beat him, and he thinks he's confident that he's going to beat him.
Yeah, the kid's young, he's you know, the new starts coming, he's very hungry, you know, and he got a good technique standing. We're not training with him all the time because he's living in the different part of Brazil. It's like 6 hours flight.
Where he lives, he's kind of like living in South Florida and training in Seattle. That's how far apart it is. It's about a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
I love to see his speed on that guy, the champ.
Rampage.
Tito Jackson, I'm sure he can beat this guy.
How about it?
For sure. got a better stand and better ground, you know? Yeah, me too, me too. Rogério got like that.
Who's his brother?
I used to go when I was
You're not training tomorrow no more?
No, no, he went to Florida. He's training AGT. He's fighting in Canada, Rogério.
possibly May 10th. He's going to fight next.
I know Anderson used to fight 167, fought Sakurai. Any chance to see him against Rosicchier at 70?
I was just thinking about that.